Hey there friends and enemies, JoPa here again, and today I've got another Destiny 2 Iron Banner build for you guys. This one, the Strand Warlock, with an exotic you guys might not be expecting. So this all starts with the Apotheosis Veil. It has the armor perk Insatiable, immediately regenerate your health, melee, grenade, and rift energy for you and your nearby allies upon activating your super. After your super ends, temporarily gain greatly increased melee and grenade regen. This is very nice on Strand Warlock for a couple different reasons, and I've been really enjoying it in PvE, so I figured I would test it out in PvP as well. I'm going to explain how this synergizes with the build in just a little bit. As far as the weapons, I'm using my Lethal Abundance, the Strand Auto Rifle that I think is very, very good, but you can use any Strand weapon in the slot if you would like. Whatever your favorite is, if you have a SMG, AR, doesn't matter. I'm also using Iterative Loop. This is one, again, interchangeable, whatever special weapon you want in this slot could be fine here as well. And then finally, whatever heavy you want as well. I'm using Wardcliff Coil just for the throwback memes, but that's about it. It's not really all that great right now, but it is a lot of fun still. So as far as the actual subclass goes, I am running the normal stuff. Healing Rift, we've got the Arcane Needle, Threadling Grenade, and then we move on to Weaver's Call. This is going to cast your Rift to weave 3 Threadlings. This is very useful when you're using Weave Walk, because essentially you will go into Weave Walk and generate a couple Threadlings, and then drop your Rift to automatically exit your Weave Walk, and you're going to disperse those Threadlings all over the place. It is pretty much insanity. And while you would be served if you wanted to use Swarmers instead of Apotheosis Veil, I'm going to explain why I chose the selection that I did in just a second. As far as the fragments, I have Evolution, Threadlings travel farther and deal additional damage. Propagation, this is so powered melee final blows grant you unraveling rounds. This one is interchangeable. I wanted the extra strength, so it was helpful. But again, I'm not using my melee all the time in order to get those kills. And then finally, Thread of Rebirth. Strand Weapon Final Blows have a chance to create a Threadling. So this is any Strand Weapon Final Blows. That's why I am using a Strand primary. Plus, you have the seasonal artifact perks that are very nice, such as Unraveling Orbs or Horde Shuttle. So those are also pretty good to have on your weapon as well. So as far as the mods go, I am running the double strand targeting Strand Siphon. Then we've got Firepower, Impact Induction, Solar Loader. That should be Arc Loader. I didn't swap it, but that's what that is. Unflinching Strand Aim, Better Already, Absolution, Arc Holster. This is so it automatically reloads your arc weapons, and I have double arc weapons in that slot. That's why I'm running both of those. And then Powerful Attraction, Time Dilation, and Outreach. As far as the build goes, it's a pretty straightforward loop, but there are some important steps as you're playing it. First off, you want to immediately, upon entering the game, use your Weave Walk and generate at least 2 Threadlings. You'll see them start to spin around your character after you have gone into the Weave Walk, and that will allow you to have those Threadlings ready for that first fight. And then once you find the area that you want to get to, that you want to take on the first engagement, because remember, in Iron Banner or any other 6v6 mode, you're going to have everyone flooding an area for that initial fight. So you want to be careful a little bit and really control that first battle, but after that, it doesn't really matter. As you're going forward, you're going to drop your Rift. This is going to send out your Threadlings. Maybe if you're close enough, then that's a good time for your Fusion Grenade or Fusion Rifle, but also if you are taking longer engagements, you can have your AR to finish off anybody who does get hit by a bunch of your Threadlings. Where this build really starts to shine is once you get your super, which is why it's very effective in something like Eruption. Because once you do cast your super, not only will it benefit your teammates, but also you will get almost infinite grenade and melee for a period of time. So there's 2 different options that can happen. One, you can pop your super, get a kill or 2, and just start spamming your grenade as often as possible. That's why I like the Threadling grenades, because like as you're getting kills with your super, you're also spamming people with Threadlings who might be running away from your super as well, and your Threadlings are chasing them. The other nice thing is if you pop your super and you're weak after you've done so, you're going to have your fully charged melee, so you can use Weave Walk to get out of trouble and then start using your grenades or whatever you might need to do at that point. So that's one of the main reasons I do like it. It is a doubly effective exotic for this build just because of the way that I do use it. Now, you can swap out to some other options like the grenade. You might have the grapple, but it really doesn't help after you use your super to just grapple away all the time when you can just use weave walk. That's why I haven't swapped up my grenade. And shackle grenade isn't really all that useful because once you use your super, everyone is going to be scattered. So as I do use my super, another nice thing to do is pivot directions and try to lead people who are running away from your super and toss those grenades to a different area where they are moving to instead of throwing it directly where you just threw your super as well. So this build can be a ton of fun. It does help against, like, say, shotgun rushers who are pushing you. You can get into weave walk, get away from danger, and then pop your rift, and you can swarm them with threadlings and just finish them off with a couple shots from your AR or maybe your fusion rifle. I just really like the way that this build kind of synergizes. And yeah, you could swap to your Apotheosis Veil if you want to midway through the match, but I don't like doing that in PvP because it's just not fun for me. I'd rather just keep my exotic on. So if you did that, you could swap between something like Swarmers and then Apotheosis Veil if you have a quick swap for your loadout, but again, that's just not for me specifically. As far as this build shining outside of Eruption, it is still very good in regular PvP as well. Weave Walk will get you out of danger so many different times, especially when you're faced with either ability spam or somebody using like a Wither Horde or any of those types of things that can really be frustrating to deal with. Nice AoE damage problems that you could deal with in PvP right now. So Weave Walk is very, very effective. It's also nice to start an engagement by attacking enemies with a bunch of different threadlings, so that way they are either moving away from the spot that they want to fight in, and then you have the advantage because you can kind of shoot them out of the air, shoot them in the direction that they are going, or they stand their ground and they just got hit by 5 different threadlings at a time, and then you follow up with a threadling grenade, and now all of a sudden you can kill them with all of your little buddies that are roaming around the battlefield. So it is very, very effective. Plus, at that point, you'll really want to take the engagement by using your rift at that point and heal as you kind of peek shoot a little bit with your assault or auto rifle. I don't know how I said that, but yeah, that's one of the main ways to play this build, and it's something that I just really enjoy. I like threadlings in PvP. I think they're hilarious. I know a lot of people, especially some PvP mains, are going to disagree with me, and that's fine, but this is just my preference and something that I think pretty much anyone can use this build in Iron Banner, especially if you're struggling or getting frustrated, and have success with it. So that's just a recommendation on my part. Anyway, my name is Jopa. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Helps me out tremendously. Shows you want to see more Destiny 2 content like this in the future. Have a good one, and I'll catch you all later.